Moody's first shot off the bench is probably not a good one, given that there's 21 seconds on the shot clock with a hand in his face. But his will to be more aggressive is worthy of note, because a rise of confidence in his game has been the talk all preseason long, and we'll see how his aggression impacts the Warriors in this game. CP comes off Moody's screen, Klay comes off the curl and finds nothing, so he dishes off to Moody, and a passing clinic ensues with Saric finding CP, who finds GP2, who finds Klay once again, and Klay elects to drive into the paint and misses off the glass. But Saric taps the ball out to a wide open Moody, who knocks down the three with confidence. Watch GP2's influence here, as he catches up to Okogie in transition from behind for the steal, which turns the momentum back to the Warriors, allowing them to play 3-on-2 in transition. CP3 gets the ball to a cutting Moody, who converts on the layup. On this play, Moody avoids the screen up top and trails Gordon to the paint, which is the right move. Saric does a good job helping and recovering on his man, but the play ends with a foul called on Kuminga against Eubanks. Good awareness to help, but Kuminga has the athleticism to leap and go for a clean block rather than leaning in with his whole body. Here, Moody is in great position to stay in front of Gordon in transition, slides his feet well, and gets a clean block at the rim. Beautiful. High pick and roll for Booker up top. GP2 gets over the screen, but Booker is ahead at this point, so GP2 does just enough to stay in front of Eubanks rather than getting pinned behind the bigger player, which forces Booker to pass at an angle that GP2 can't get to, but this allows Moody to swipe at the ball as the nail help and gets the steal, igniting a one-man fast break for Moody, who once again is very aggressive and overwhelms Booker's attempt to contest. Here, GP2 is on Booker, which means Moody should be covering Grayson Allen. He sees Gordon driving and decides to provide extra help, forcing Gordon to dish out to Allen. Moody recovers, Allen drives, but runs into a crowd. Gordon has since relocated to the left wing, and CP completely loses sight of him. Fortunately, Gordon misses, Moody sees Allen, so he puts a body on him for the box out. Good awareness. Here, Eubanks comes up for the high pick and roll with Gordon. Moody sees it and prepares himself to go over it, but Gordon outsmarts him by rejecting the screen, and Moody can't recover. Saric is usually a cone in this situation, and Gordon converts. A lesson learned for Moody. This is an interesting play because I believe the formation is off on this ATO. CP is the inbounder, but if it were GP2, this play may have worked out much better, and I'll tell you why in a bit. CP passes to Saric at the top, then attempts to set a pin down for Klay, but misses the mark. Still, Watanabe chases Klay, leaving CP open. Gordon recognizes this and tells Watanabe to go back because he got the switch on Klay. He does, and CP isn't quick enough to finish this play in the paint, so he dishes out to an open Moody, who needs a quicker trigger, because his setup allowed the defense to recover enough that Moody ended up passing to GP2 in the corner, who is capable but misses the open three. If GP2 was the inbounder instead initially, he probably sets a better screen on KD, who is guarding GP2, who is less likely to communicate as quickly as Gordon did on the switch with Watanabe. Saric makes the same pass to GP2 in the paint in that scenario, and this play ends up being a dunk instead of a corner three for GP2. In another universe, it plays out that way. Watch this play as Eubanks recklessly throws the ball to nobody. Moody retrieves it and dishes to GP2, who goes for a monster dunk but gets fouled by Eubanks. The refs somehow thought that this was a clean block. CP pushes the pace in transition and dishes off to GP2. Moody is sprinting down the lane but stops on a dime, catches Watanabe off guard, steps back to the three-point line. GP2 finds him and Moody launches quickly and nails the three. Wow, his confidence has reached a new level. Curry misses a well-contested shot on this play, but Moody gets a hand on the loose ball and gets his team a second chance opportunity. He then gets a pass in the middle and finds congestion, so he dishes off to a wide open Wiggins. Great awareness, unselfish play, and the poise has always been a key for Moody. Moody comes up to the top to make himself available, looks to attack, but Okogie provides great help, forcing Moody to pass to Kojo, who attacks with a left drive, but Okogie stops him dead in his tracks. Curry then cuts down the middle past Booker. Okogie can only do so much. Curry converts the layup. Great defense by Klay on this play, sliding his feet past the screen for KD and strips KD on his way up for a shot. Moody is there to recover the loose ball. Moody is guarding Okogie on the right side on this play. He sees Gordon and tries to help, but recovers quickly on the pass to Okogie. Moody tries to slide over the screen and make some contact with Eubanks, but the refs call a foul on the play. I don't know about that one. Looks like a play on to me. Loon tries to set a high screen for Curry on the right wing, but Okogie does a great job of pressing up. Nurkic helps on the trap. Loon doesn't make himself available quickly enough, so Curry finds Moody in the corner. Warriors are now playing 4-on-3, Booker has to put a body on Loon, Moody puts his head down and aggressively attacks Watanabe and draws a foul. Nicely done. Clay guards KD once again at the nail and gets called for a foul, but watch the play develop as Sarge slides over to help, forcing Moody to keep an eye on a big man. As you can see, he does just that on this play. Here the Suns are running out of time, Eubanks gets the ball to Gordon, who uses the screen to shed GP2, turns on the Jets, Sarge is too slow to keep up, and Moody is not athletic enough to better contest this layup attempt at the rim. Suns are in transition here, Gordon stops on the dime and launches a 28-footer. Terrible shot. Moody is there to contest and it's a bad miss. It's the Warriors in transition now, but Clay throws a terrible pass to Sarge, and Moody makes a great hustle play to save the ball, but it's too low for Sarge to handle. On this play, Booker tries to set a screen for Watanabe on the left wing. Watanabe successfully confuses Moody by cutting away from the screen, but Curry is there and tells Moody to switch to Okogie. Nurkic goes to the other side, Kojo gets screened off, Loon and Curry are deterring the drive for Gordon, so he dishes back to Nurkic on the pick and roll, Moody closes the lane, Nurkic attempts to pass to a cutting Okogie, but Moody's 7'1" wingspan plays a factor here as he gets a hand on the pass for the steal. Great all-around team defense by the Warriors here. If you haven't noticed, the Suns run nothing but high pick and roll, as Nurkic once again sets a high screen for Booker, who crosses away from it and runs into a semi-hard trap. Booker finds a wide open Nurkic, Warriors must live with this shot, and Nurkic makes them pay. Notice Moody once again making sure his man is boxed out. This right here is one of the worst plays out of this game. Loon hard traps Booker from 30 feet, which is preposterous because Booker isn't big enough of a threat from out there to compromise the defense in this manner. As you can see, the Warriors are now not only in a 4-on-3 situation, their last line of defense is their 3 smallest players. Not to mention 2 of them being tiny because Kerr decided to play Kojo and Curry together for no good reason when they're already small as it is with Wiggins at the 4. Anyway, Nurkic is now looking at an easy 4-on-3. Moody should have gotten in front of Nurkic in this scenario and lived with Gordon taking an open 3, but he's kinda neither here nor there, forcing Curry to be the last line of defense as he prepares for Nurkic, who sees Okogie cutting from the right corner and delivers a great pass. Curry makes a last-second attempt to contest, but he can only do so much, as he's a point guard, not a wing, not a power forward, not a center, to deal with anchoring a defense. We're asking for embarrassing possessions by consistently playing a tiny lineup like this. CP seems hell-bent on trying to score on this possession, as he attempts a 3 off the pin down, but Gordon recovers and CP aborts. He then gets to the middle, Eubanks gets a hand on the ball, maybe some hand too, CP fumbles a bit, then proceeds to shoot a mid-range without realizing help is right behind him. Uncharacteristic, as both Moody and Kuminga were available for simple passes. Sarge gets a hand on the loose ball and gives an open look for Moody, but he's way off the mark on this one. A rare terrible play by Curry in transition, as he fakes the 3, attacks the paint, sees Moody on the right, but decides to make an awkward pass to GP2, creating an unnecessary turnover. GP2 should have flared to the corner so that Curry has an easier target, as GP2 stood too close to the recovering man, who did, in fact, recover. Curry passed the other way because he saw Gordon recovering on the play. Still, Curry gets the blame here for ultimately stopping his dribble too early. The Suns are in transition on this play. GP2 is on Booker's tail, but slightly behind. Moody is in a tough position here as he has to watch Okogie to his left, but also having to provide help on the Booker drive to the rim. The timing for Moody here is difficult. Booker takes advantage and gets just enough breathing room to go straight for the layup himself. Tough. This is by far Moody's worst defensive possession so far. The Suns are coming down in transition and everyone has an individual man tagged except for Moody, who is standing in no man's land even though clearly he should be looking to find an open body, which would be Watanabe on the left side of the court for Moody. Ultimately, Moody has no idea throughout this play. Watanabe ultimately finds himself wide open and he gladly knocks down the open 3. Moody must be better than this. Another terrible defensive possession for Moody, as he does some kind of a cha-cha move and reeling backwards before getting in chase mode due to yet another poor stance from the get-go. Gordon explodes downhill from the left and straight to the rim. Sarge provides just enough help to force a miss from Gordon, but because Gordon blew by Moody in the blink of an eye, Curry on the left side has no idea what happened and allows Okogie to get in position for an offensive putback. Poor awareness by Curry, but this happened due to Moody allowing such an easy line drive to the rim. Another poor play for Moody, this time on the offensive end. CP runs a typical high pick and roll with Saric, and perhaps this was supposed to be a Spain with Moody screening the screener, but instead finds himself in no man's land, allowing his man Watanabe to get in the way of Saric's drive, making it too difficult for him to finish with 2 in the paint rather than 1 as it should have been. All in all, Moody had some fantastic moments with 11 points on 4 of 6 shooting from the field, 3 rebounds, 3 steals, a block, and just 1 turnover in 18 minutes of play. His offensive game looks deadly compared to last season, and he's gotten better defensively with more active hands. As you saw in some of the clips though, he could still be a lot better defensively overall, but he has certainly leveled up to the point where he's given Kerr no choice but to get him into the game. Thanks for watching and stay tuned as more content is headed your way in the very near future. Till next time.